Generic greetings! Galaxy Trucker is one of my all-time favourite board games, and it's certainly one of the most played that I have in my collection. And for those reasons, I was really excited when they brought the app out for tablet and mobile devices, because it was pretty much a port of the tabletop game, but with a single-player campaign and multiplayer and all of the things you would expect. And again, for that reason, it became one of my favourite apps. It was just, you know, you pay once, you get the game, and you can enjoy it at your leisure. No microtransactions, no gumph, no messing around. And I always wondered at the time, I wonder if they'll ever bring it to PC. Well, finally, they have. This is the extended edition, and if you're familiar with the app, essentially it's just got it in widescreen and, you know, all for PC controls, and you get the Alien Technologies DLC with it. So it's all in, everything's in here, is one price. But I'm going to show you a little bit of the game. Let's go to campaign. And I'll show you basically the moment to moment. The multiplayer stuff, you will be against other people. I say against other people. The game isn't really competitive as such. Technically, there is a winner and there are losers, but it doesn't really work that way, because the whole point is you build a spaceship out of rubbish. That's the point. You build a spaceship out of rubbish, and you have to get from one location to another. But in the campaign, you've got different objectives to do, and there's a story and things like that. So let's just go over to here. We're currently at the bar, the space bar, and I've picked up a job to transport 2 units of beverage from the bar over to this area here, which we don't currently know about. So let's go here and say, you promised to deliver 2 crates of fragile goods to regular. Expect sabotage along the way. So we'll take that route. And I have the shipment ready, says the bartender. Of course, I'll pay you when you deliver it intact, but anything breaks, I expect you to reimburse me. So, fragile cargo. This is a special tile. If any of the 8 adjacent components are destroyed, fragile cargo breaks. Okay, so what I'll do, travel safely on, take enough crew. Right, okay, that's a thing. So, some of my customers have had unfortunate accidents when small crews on this route. So another clue. Right, okay, let's crack on. So the way it works is we've got a big pile of tiles, and this is where we have to build. You put your hand into the tile pile, you pull thing out, and then you can place it on your ship. You can place it there, you can rotate it round, you can move it. If you don't want it, you put it back in the tile face up, the tile pile face up. I'm going to place it there, and I'm going to rotate it like so. Now, there's different types of connectors. There's a single connector, like that. That's a single connector. There's a double connector, like that one there. And then there's a universal, which is that one at the bottom, which basically anything can go there. So let's just keep building our ship. There's some cargo, we don't want that. There's some, oh, that's some cargo as well, but it's got good connectors there, so we'll place it there, and we'll put some guns there. Now, once you've placed one part on your ship, you then have access to this here, which is like the run deck. This is what we'll be experiencing. So we've got abandoned ship, we've got abandoned station, so if we lose 4 crew, we gain 5 space credits, all that sort of thing. Let's just have a look. So we've got asteroids coming from the left and the front. We've also got some pirates, so we need at least 5 guns to beat those. Let's place our horrible rubbish cargo first, because we want to make sure that it's all placed. I think we'll stack it to... We'll stack it there, maybe. No, maybe we'll stack it over there. Okay, so let's keep on building. I'm going to put that in there, and then we'll drag that across. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. You can place a part up here, and these 2 bits here, and that stores it, because when it goes in the center, anybody can pick it up. But we obviously want to make sure that we can get... everything sorted here. That's what we don't want there. Want there. That's a good gun. That's an engine, but it's a powered engine. We don't want that. The guy did mention about crew, so we're gonna see if we can place a couple extra crew. I need an engine there or something, because at the moment we don't have an engine, and that is all kinds of bad. Also, I've built myself into a corner there. That is the best I'm gonna manage, I think. There is obviously sequences to building, and you want to go around. You don't want to do, basically you don't want to do what I've just done, which is build all around and then have this bit in the center, because then you're really, really stuck. We don't want that either, because that will be an open connector into space. That is not a bad part, so that can go in there. That is not great. That's not great. I mean, you don't have to go for a perfect ship. When you're playing in multiplayer, you can obviously do a speed build. You can build something that's just good enough, and then sort of stop it and just go right, because once you've built your ship, it starts counting them down. You can see what they're building there. This is the AI and stuff cracking on with that one. So I'm just going to check all these parts. Ideally, I want another engine. There's some more cargo, but we don't really need any more cargo for now. I want a gun at the front. That's fine. So we need ideally another engine. So no. No. Oh, actually, one thing we haven't got any power. So I'm going to try and get a power connector. There's one with... No, that'll do us quite nicely. The problem is we've only got one engine. And that could cause us some issues. So I can't put that there. You can see we've got like a flat connector like that, or flat edge can't go to a connector. The big difference between this and the tabletop games, in the tabletop game, you can place things wherever you want, and then once you've built it, the rest of, you basically go around clockwise or counterclockwise, and everybody else checks what you've built. And if it's illegal, you have to remove offending parts until it is legal. And I've seen ships come out of the dock and just split completely in two. There are different sizes of ship. There's in this game there is 3 tiers of ship. Do you want to go for more power? Well, I've only got 2 things to power, so probably not. Yeah, there are 3 tiers of ship. Actually, I will go for that. And then I'm going to say collect point 1. So we are point 1 in the queue, so we're going to be right at the front of the convoy. Yeah. There we go, 3 tiers of ship, and they do get bigger. And obviously this game also has all of these extra bits as well. So there's our ship there. It puts all the crew on, and then we have to click the deck to reveal the first one. Oh, by the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of lemsip because I've got a cold. So we have met the abandoned ship, so we can click on that and it tells you what's going to happen. So you may give up 4 crew members and collect 5 generic credits. If you do, you'll move 1 space backwards. Well, we have to lose 4 crew and I've only got the 6, so I'm going to say no, I'll pass on that. However, green has done that, so they will have their crew leave like that, and then that ship will fly off, but they will get some credits. They'll also go to the back of the... Oh no, they won't go off the back of the convoy, they'll just go back 1. Okay, next tile, Meteor Swarm. So a big asteroid is going to come forward, number 4, which just misses us there. On the, like say, tabletop game, there is a grid. In fact, you can click on it and you can see said grid there. You can see, you roll 2d6 and it's 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. So we'll go back over and, oh, looks like we were getting shot there. We managed to shoot it down because if you've got a forward-facing gun with an asteroid, you will shoot it down. And again, you click on that and it tells you it. The tutorial in this is very, very good. And also, the in-game documentation is fairly decent as well. As I've played it... Oh, I can't... How many times have I played this game on the tabletop? 30 times? It wouldn't be unreasonable to assume that that is right. Numerous times on Tabletop Simulator, and obviously on the app and on this game as well. So yeah, I've played it quite a bit. So I know pretty much every little facet of it. So I've just shot that pirate there. You have to beat 5 in order to get that credit. I'm going to collect that credit. So if I got under 5, they would have shot me as it shows on the card. So light hit on the right, heavy hit on the front. If we equal 5, it basically stands off and goes to the next person along in the convoy. If we beat it like we do, we can either choose to not take the money, in which case we won't lose that 1 space, but I'm going to take the money. We would go back 1 space and I take the 4 credits, and then that flies off. So the rest of the convoy is protected. So there's no reason why you can't put yourself right at the back with, say, loads of, well, pretty much like this person's done, and has loads of cargo and crew, but also depends on what they're building. So in the more advanced builds, you'll keep an eye on what the other people are building, and then you want to pick like a lower number rather than the higher one to go right at the back. Anyway, Meteor Swarm's going to come in. Light asteroids will just bounce off anything that's closed. So if there's an open connector like that bit there, like that, for example, if it managed to hit like there, if these went here, for example, then it would be all kinds of bad. Looks like we've got a big asteroid at the front, and I managed to shoot it down there because I've put all of the guns on the front there, as you can see. Okay, so planets. We can land on planets. Now, I do have some storage. If we click over here, we can see that we've got 3 planets. The red boxes can only go in red storage. However, the other colours can go in anything you want. So technically the top one is the best because it's worth 4, 8, 10 credits to get the one, but I can only store 1 of them, so I'm actually going to land on this second planet because I can store all of them. So that'll be better for me. So we'll land, and we go back the 4 spaces, and that means we are no longer in the lead. So I will store these, so I'll go there, and I'll just double click and it loads it up, and then there we are. So we have 3 more spaces. Now technically, the leader is the one that draws the cards, and in multiplayer that would be the case, but obviously for the campaign there's only us here. So there we go, abandoned station. If you have 7 crew, load this cargo. I don't think anybody has 7 crew. Oh no, the person at the bottom does, and the person at the top decided not to. So they're going to loot that abandoned station, and then take all of the stuff back, and there we go. So they're fully loaded up. 2 more spaces to go. So abandoned ship, lose 4 crew, and yeah, you gain 5 credits. So they're going to choose to do that, and they move all the way back. There you go. You can see the little... They've got like little briefcases and luggage and stuff as they go. And then finally, Sabotage. Person with the least number of crew gets Sabotage, which means we randomly pick an area and then it blows up. And I've lost it because of that. That is an absolute nightmare. I had the same amount of crew as everybody else, but because I was at the front of the convoy, I get hit. And sadly, there you go. I've lost one crate. Oh, you broke my beverage. Well, I guess you delivered the other crate. Let's call it even. So I'm not going to get paid, basically. So here's the money that we get. So we get money for a couple of things. We get from where you finished, so I finished first, for the prettiest ship, which is the ship with the least open connectors into space, money gathered, and then credits for your sold cargo, and then finally the for every part lost, you take one off. So I got 17 generic units of currency, so I was the top dog. Excellent. So proceed to the planet, and we'll press the speed button up and woof. And we are now at regular, so we can visit an office. This is the planet of bureaucracy. Ooh. What do you want? I would like to get a license for class 2 ships. The license costs 100 credits. That's way too expensive. I assure you, the cost is exactly as much as it should be. Okay, I guess. We can't let any riffraff fly upper class ships. Okay, I'll consider it. Goodbye. So, we can either go back to the bar, or we can go this way here. Also, there's a look around the port. I'm going to look around the port. You hear rumours of some sort of diplomatic crisis on Embassy Station. Right, okay. Which is over here. Okay, so we'll head that way. So this is a class 1 route. Rumours say there's some sort of situation at the embassy. So we're going to travel over there, and again, we're going to be building. So we'll drag a part, we'll put it in, and that's actually a good starter part, and then I'll start looking what they've got. So, good planets. Asteroids from front, and asteroids all over the place with more planets. So we want to focus on storage and guns. So let's do just that. So I'm just going to start pulling these parts out like that, and I'm just checking to see if there's a decent part like that, which can go there. And then we'll start placing loads of guns on the left and right and all over the place like so. And I'm going to go for a bit of a speed build, see if I can force the AI's hand. Not that the AI really needs that on their conscience, but whatever. Let's place that in there. And like I say, we're not looking for a perfect ship. It's certainly not going to be perfect. To answer maybe the inevitable question of what happens if you, say, build like that and block yourself off, can you block yourself off from building in places? Yes, you can. That is the point. I know that what I've just done there will be a mistake later on. I'm going to live to regret it, but let's see how we go. Oh, by the way, once parts are placed, you can't take them off either. There are some modes in some of the board game expansions that allow you to change parts after the fact, but not in this version. I don't know about the there's the Alien DLC though that comes with this as well, so that's a bit different. You get extra bits. Sadly, they didn't integrate it into the campaign, which is really the only downside I can think of. Really, I want to place that there. I think that should be fine. We're also going to look for some more storage. We've also got a lot of batteries, and we don't have anything to power, so that's not good. We're going to place that in. No, we're not going to place that actually. Actually, no, what we'll do is store that because that's a decent part. I'm going to place that in there. And I'll check back with the other stuff. So I'm just trying all these parts out. There's an engine there. We've got this bit here, which we can place that in there, like so. If you leave your parts here, then it's all kinds of bad. Basically, you get penalised for it, that's all. I think maybe that in the corner. And then we need another gun, ideally a powered gun, because a powered gun like that counts as 2 guns for the purposes of generating power or calculating power. So that's what I'm going to look for. A good tip, which I'm not actually following myself, is when you get parts. Oh, we'll place that in there, that's fine. Even though it's an open connector, it's a powered engine, we've got good power. Place all of the parts elsewhere, because when you cover the blue bit, then you can't get into it. And it's a bit of a pain. Not there and not there. And, oh, it looks like I've been beaten to the count. It looks like everybody else has got there first. So even though I was trying to speed build this, I've actually failed massively. And I'm going to be, at best, second. I don't want to place that there. Is there a gun I can get pointing forward? There is. Okay, looks like I'm going to be last. Okay, so this hasn't worked out at all. So let's crack on. So we'll draw the first card. We've come to planets. It looks like they are landing there, and the other person isn't landing, and I'm also going to follow that. I'm not going to land at all. I need to get to the front of the pack because that planet is not great, so they're going to head back. I'm still last, but at least they're moving down. Let's draw that one there. If you have 6 crew, recover up to 2 of those, which they do. Let's put it up to max speed, and then they'll pick that and move back. Now, this is the big planet one. I will land there. I think that would be worth it. Everybody's going to land anyway, so we don't lose any space, and then I'll automatically put it there, and then keep going. Combat zone. So, a person with the least number of crew loses 3 spaces. That's not good. A person with the least engines will lose 2 crew, so that's going to help me out later on. There we go. So we get some aliens coming along. You can see they've got little like ray guns and such, and they're going to take it off. The game is, yeah, it has a very, very strong humorous side to it, and that's very deliberate. Oh, good grief, they're getting absolutely plastered. So, light shot from the back, where the only thing that stops light shot is a shield generator, and then heavy shot from the back, and boom, that part gets blasted off. And yes, the connectors do matter, so if that part, for example, gets hit, then all the rest will be taken off as well that's connected to that. So, yeah. As I said, when you're playing the tabletop game, it's really, really intuitive for what should be perhaps a complicated game, but it doesn't seem to be. You can lose 3 crew and gain 4 credits. Yeah, it looks like they are doing that, and they're going to head off. Only 3 more spaces. Here we go, slavers. So, we're all going to lose 3 crew because you need to have 6 guns or more, and none of us do. So they're going to take crew, and I will say take those crew, please. And there we go. So not great this run. Not a great run at all. Big asteroids from the front. We are perfectly safe. However, they're losing parting. Oh, we've shot an asteroid down. Little asteroid. That bounces off anything that's closed connector-wise. And then another shot here. And yeah, there we are. I generally don't put a gun right at the front because that's generally where you get the hits. And then loads of light little hits. I'm gonna skip this. There's only a small chance of me losing this part here, which we've already passed. So there we go. So we'll dock at the station. I'm not going to be the top, I don't think. I'm second. That's not too bad. Let's proceed to the station. And so, what have we got? We've got an embassy and a VIP lounge. Let's go to the embassy. So, psst, could you please follow me down this dark corridor? My mum told me not to follow people down dark corridors. Please, it's a very delicate issue. Oh, alright. Okay, thank you. So, we meet the person with very, very short legs. Or, and/or short body. Or really big head. And big hands. I don't think that's an accurate representation of human. Anyway, so would you be so kind to escort Mr. to his home planet? Sure, I'll take him. No problem. So, Mr. It's good you've all got a cold and a bad throat. This gentleman will accompany you, and we have this purple alien. So, hello, this purple alien. Thank you very much. We'll rod you as soon as you return. So we can now go over here. We can also visit the VIP lounge. Checking VIP status. Status check failed. Access denied. Actually, this gentleman is of high importance to us. You can let him in. So because I took the job with him, he's letting me in. He should be not staying long. His mission not complete. Okay, so access granted. So we meet. Hi there, who are you? I'm Jen Erickson, and you are? That's cute, but it's okay. I know I'm the most famous trucker in the galaxy. Even so, it's nice for you to pretend you don't recognize me. Sit down, have a drink. Yeah, that's what we need when we're going to go through an asteroid field. Alcoholic beverages. Dull day around space station. Want to do something? Like what? Something more fun than sitting around here. How about a flight? I hear they close the route regular because the Meteor Swarm want to fly it. Okay, I've been through Meteor Swarms before. Really? Even storms with large meteors coming from the left and the right? You need camp on the side. I can handle it. What about you? Count me on a flyboy. My ship is modified class 1. Okay, so if I do this, I know that I'll get a modified class 1. So sounds good, and we get another mission to go up to there. Well, no, we're not going to do that because we want to head to this one here, this route. So, how this one works. Please choose a good cabin for Mr. And don't forget to attach his life support to the module. So the way it works is the life support module will change the properties of a tile that can have people, so like a habitat. It's not where you store the alien themselves. They're not housed there. It's connected. So let's just start bringing these pieces in, and we'll see what we can build. So I'm just going to double check here. Actually, that's a good engine to go right at the back there. We've got a nice shield generator there. We also want to get that in, say, there? No, hang on. If we put that in there, can we place that there? Yes, we can. So that's now connected up. That is good. Okay, let's continue building on. We'll place that into there. We'll connect that into there. Actually, no, I'm going to put that into there. That's better. Let's see what we're going to experience. Oh, 2 abandoned ships, some smugglers, number 4, combat zone, and slaver 6. We need at least 6 guns, but the advantage that we have is that the purple alien gives us an extra +2 gunnery. So we don't have to worry too much about that. So let's just keep on building. I'm going to rotate that around to there. And probably go for some engines there, and then perhaps an engine there. That's fine. That's all now connected up. We'll place that gun on the front. We really want to place a decent gun around there somewhere. That'll fit there. It doesn't really matter. We haven't got a shield generator, but we could certainly place one, and that would cover both this. So we've got the shield generator covering the right and the front, and then the left and the back. So that's all fine. Because of that, we'll need some power, which we currently don't have. So that's a problem. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 guns is what we currently have. We want to try and get that up to ideally 8, just in case we lose some more. We also need to find a part that will go in the center there, and I have a feeling there won't be one. We might look out and find a part. That can go in there. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's going to fit in. So at this point, I'm not really too concerned. There's a part that can go there quite nicely. And then finally an engine on the back there. So we've got good speed. We've got good power. We just need a part that can fit in the middle there. And like I say, I don't think I'm going to find it. I'm not very hopeful at all. But let's just keep drawing parts. We might get... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, and pick number 1. And watch them crack on and finish their ships off. You can build so early that sometimes you'll lose. Sorry, the AI won't be able to build the rest of it. This is obviously the real-time mode. It's how you play it in the board game and the majority of the game. However, there is a turn-based mode where you use points, and you do get that later on. So I'm going to change that to purple alien. So I've only got 3 crew here, so this is going to be bad when it comes to the crew. So smugglers, so if you've got less than 4 guns, they're going to take 2 components, and they will actually take batteries. I'm going to say load up on what they have. So we've got a yellow, green and blue cube. So I think it's 3, 2, 1 points. Yes, 3, 2, 1 points. Yeah, that's fine. And these will come back, and we'll get that stored. So there we go. Done. Draw the next card. We've got Stardust, so every open connector you lose 2 spaces. That's put us further back. That's okay. We've got Meteor Swarm, which could be the downfall of our ship, because we have, like I say, got 2 open connectors, and if they hit it, then we could start losing components. We've also got a lot of areas that are connected in like 1. So this, for example, you can see if we lose this part, we'll lose pretty much the right-hand side of the ship, which would be suboptimal, to say the least. Okay, so it looks like we've missed all the asteroids, or they've just bounced off. Abandoned ship. Do I want to lose 3 crew? Well, no, because that would take me out of the race. If you lose all of your crew, you do have to drop out of the flight. Speaking of dropping out, I have to go back 3 spaces here because I've got the least number of crew. But when it comes to engines, I have a decent amount, and certainly when it comes to guns, I have the most. So it looks like the slave's going to take their crew, although they have a hell of a lot of crew already. They've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Have they got 10 crew already? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 crew. So they're taking another. Green's taking another hit off this combat zone here. So it looks like they're going to take a couple of shots from the back. Because it's a small ship, it's just going to sail past with a light shot. But the heavy shot's going to hit in, and they're going to lose. Oh, a big chunk of the ship to the right. That is not good at all. Yep. I mean, there's probably some ship puns to be inserted there. They've shipped themselves. You bought your ass, they have. Yeah. If it's not punny, it's not funny. Okay. We have abandoned ship, -2 crew and 3 credits. So they're going to take that ship and head off. So we're just chilling at the back here, not really doing a lot, but we're also not losing anything. So let's just speed it up. And planets. I will... Do I want to land? Yes, I do. The reason for that is, even though that my ship is full, you notice that I have better stuff that I can place here. So I can get rid of that, and do that, and get rid of that, and get that. So we've loaded up to the best result possible. So more planets. I am not going to land on that one. There we go. And then 2 more. Open space. So this is where I will choose to spend some of my battery power and get 5 engine. Yeah, that'll do us quite nicely. And that means we are now 2nd place. And now slavers, which is going to be all kinds of bad from the person in front. Luckily they dropped right back, because they would have lost another 3 crew there. Well, those have lost some crew, and at the moment, I've got 6 guns, and they've got 6 guns, so it will be a draw. I'm over, going to power that up, get it, and goodbye aliens, go away. We will take the credits and only go back 1 space, and that person John has to jump out because they've got no human crew. Even though they might have had an alien there, you need at least 1 human crew. So Kurt, relax and bring you the purple guy. Ah, right, okay, he says, and there we go. So apparently Zerg Kazakchi, and yeah, should we wave goodbye? So free to land, are we? Apparently so. Alright, let's land on Purple Rock, which is apparently about 47% guns. So we have gained 4 credits for being top dog for first place. We are tied for the prettiest ship, and then 5 credits for killing that slave, and then plus the money we made from the planet. So you can see this person sold their stuff at half price because they had to drop out. You still get to sell at half price, but you keep all the money you earned, and also, well, you don't get any credits for finishing because, well, you didn't. And there we go. That is our convoy, and we will land in here. And there's more stuff to look at. Oh, so I'll say, Fizzwoods W. Yes. Oh. Purple aliens unlocked. So now we've got some more parts in our list. But that is basically Galaxy Trucker. As I said, it's one of my all-time favorite board games. I've played it countless numbers of times. I've got, I think, everything that they've ever made. I've got the 5th anniversary expansion. I've got the I've got the 5th anniversary box set, which comes with the main game, the 2 expansions. I've got the extra ships. There's a couple of those, and there's like there's actually, strangely, they brought out that, then they brought out the app, and then they brought out a board game expansion for the stuff that was in the app. So like all of the beverages and all the other stuff that you might carry in this one. So yeah, they're feeding off one another. I'd say the board game, fantastic. App, just as good. And this is basically that. It's just converted over so you can play it on PC and on Steam. If you like to see, links are in the description. Like I said, it's something that I can guarantee I'm going to play and finish off, even though I've played it multiple times on the app. I just want to play through it again, and this is a good old excuse to do so. Like I say, you've got a good campaign, you've got a bit of a story. It's mainly about the moment-to-moment of building ships, however. But you've got humorous characters to meet, and I say it's quite a big galaxy. Once you've done all of that, you do have the alien technologies, which is a whole different section here, which, yeah, I'm not going to... Oh, he's got a big pizza, by the way. He really likes pizza. Yeah, just close that. Okay, so let's go. You've got this alien expansion, so you've got loads of stuff to meet, all the extra characters. Oh, there's the diplomatic alien, the blue alien. Yeah, you've got that. You've got multiplayer, which sadly that isn't like Steamworks or anything, so that uses their own client. You have to log in and stuff. Not a huge fan, but it's much of a muchness. You've also got custom games as well, so you can say when you're at real-time or turn-based, classic game, or with alien stuff. Yeah, it's fairly fully fledged, and it's very cheap, so I mean, you know, it's got that going for it as well, which is nice. Either way, if you like what we see, links in the description so you can check it out yourself. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.